This is the Doctor, continuing the playthrough of Enemy Unknown, or Enemy Within, using Long War version 3. Actually, what I want to do is first make some of these sawed-off shotguns. So I'll just make 8 of them. So this is a melee weapon, basically. It has a range of effectively 1, but it does really good damage. It's close to shotgun levels of damage. Since you're firing melee, you almost never miss. So it's an excellent weapon. Not all classes can equip it. Infantry, Assault, Medic, and Engineer and Scout, I believe, are the classes. But that's 5 out of 8 classes, so most of the classes, literally, most of the classes can equip it. And it's an excellent weapon. It can save you more often than you might imagine. Especially since pistols have been changed so that they're much less accurate at long range. The only drawback to this is that it confers -1 mobility, but the firepower in close quarters more than compensates for that. Then, research. Realistically, you have a choice between xenobiology and alien weaponry. Both are excellent choices because there are 3 critical upgrades early game for XCOM. One is beam weapons, since those give +1 damage and more aim, making them basically scope and +1 damage, and they're cheap. So beam weapons you should rush for pretty much every time. 2 is the officer upgrades, one that increases squad size, and the first officer, a lieutenant, which are very good. And 3 is carapace armor, which usually comes sometime around late June, July-ish. Those are the 3 critical upgrades that each time you get those upgrades, you'll feel a huge power boost. So that's what you should be aiming for. Now, xenobiology has for new players, what it does is that the way you get scientists and engineers in this mod is from council requests and on occasion council missions. So xenobiology makes it so that you can trade sectoid corpses for scientists when you get the council country requests, and they're pretty common. Like, you're basically guaranteed to get some extra scientists as long as you have sectoid corpses in reserve. Alien weaponry, on the other hand, allows you to trade weapon fragments for engineers. Engineers are much better mid-late game, whereas scientists, a couple scientists early on, can really help. So if you go xenobiology, I estimate that generally you will slow your path to beam lasers by maybe 5-ish days, because you get a couple scientists which boost your research. So you'll delay beam lasers by, it's more than 5 days, it's probably more like 10 days. But you gain a slight leg up on carapace armor. So there's your trade-off right there. There is another advantage to going xenobiology. On occasion, you might not actually have enough alloys to build like beam weapons, although that's like very unlikely. Whereas you'll always have sectoid corpses early on to trade with. So they're both good choices. For this run, I am going to go xenobiology, just because I think the extra scientists could really help out. And delaying beam weapons by 10 days is not a huge problem.
I agree. That does seem to be the most
So
pressing
Valen
of our
apparently
current research options.
agrees with me.
We'll begin immediately.
Next,
We'll notify you when a complete report is available.
it's time to build up my base and plan it out. This is a reasonable draw. I only have 1 steam vent, but it's actually accessible, which is good. So, because I only have 1 steam vent, I am going to be forced to build some fission generators. It's just not going to be possible to not build fission generators. So, a 4x4 power block can be very useful. The critical blocks you have to set up in Long War is a workshop block. Scientist block or lab block is nice, and especially like mid-late game-ish, because like credits become common. And you can just build labs all over the place. Whatever, it doesn't matter. They're 200 credits like in October is nothing. But and satellite upgrades, the thing is you can't satellite spam. In fact, you don't really need very many satellites ever. As long as they're contiguous, you get at least 2 satellites per uplink, you'll be fine. You don't really need a 4x4 block. The extra satellite from the 4x4 block is mostly irrelevant. So I wouldn't worry about that. Just make sure the satellite uplink is contiguous. You can make like a snaking type uplink. But honestly, like even by October, I think last run I had like 3 uplinks, so it really doesn't matter that much. Just make sure they're contiguous. My plan is to build a nice workshop block here. I'll probably have a power block here. And since I went xenobiology first, early lab is not that important. I think a lab in April can be really good. But the lab would have to be built here, basically, in this little block, or maybe this block. So something to keep in mind. I did think about maybe putting a lab block here, and then the power block can be like this. That's another option, potentially. But I'm not a huge fan of that. I think I'll save some of this space for like OTS. And we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So the general plan is to build a workshop block here, power block here, and the lab block here. In the meantime, might as well build the first access lift since I'm going to need to build that sooner or later. And then I will purchase some satellites.
Commander,
I like to go 2 satellites early.
Uplink facilities are at full capacity.
And the plan is not to
We should
get
build
a
additional
continent
uplinks
bonus.
as soon as
That's
possible to allow for
unrealistic.
new satellite deployments.
What's more important, I think, is just to launch satellites over Canada and Mexico. Sometimes you get lucky and you get console requests and you get some extra engineers from doing that. But even if you don't, you get like 2 scientists and 1 engineer at the end of the month, plus some money, plus you slow down alien research a bit. And the last bonus, which is the most subtle but the most critical, is that you have a better chance of detecting UFOs. Shooting down additional UFOs is huge because you get more salvage, which improves your economy. You get more experience, which improves your squad. So it can be a good idea to build both. I think expanding to another continent is difficult and probably not worthwhile because aliens are really good at shooting down satellites.
Related to the UFO activity.
Then I will rename all my interceptors. I generally like to... In the first month, you're basically guaranteed 3 scouts, and you won't run into a medium UFO. So, about 5 or 4 interceptors should be enough. In April, I will be expanding the fleet significantly. So, I have research going, building the sawed-off shotguns, building satellites. My fighter fleet is ready. And I will build the satellite uplink. Since this thing takes 21 days, I can build it like 5 days later or something. It doesn't matter. So with everything started, it's time to just scan for activity. Finish the sawed-off shotguns. Excellent. Oh, look at that. Have an early scout. So I am going to send out avalanche missile interceptor. Avalanche missiles are plenty effective at shooting down scouts.
We have eyes on the bandit. Closing on target.
I always like to do aggressive. Improving the hit chance makes a big difference. So there are 3 interceptor stances. I probably should have explained that, which is that you have a choice between, well, you can't see it here. The next time there's an interception, I'll point that out. But you basically have choice between defensive, standard, and aggressive. Aggressive confers plus 15% aim, but also on both sides. So you take more damage, but you also do more damage. And defensive is the opposite, minus 15 aim on both sides, and balance is just normal. In general, with low aim weapons, I think it's better. You can see here with avalanche missiles. Let's just pick a rookie fighter. It's and this tells you exactly defensive, balance, aggressive. So defensive is 25%, balance is 40%, aggressive is 55% to hit. There are certain weapons that are extremely accurate, like laser cannons. Defensive on an experienced laser cannon pilot could be like 70% to hit. In that case, since your hit chances are already, and it fires a lot of shots, like if the fire rate is rapid as opposed to slow. In general, I like to use defensive on a laser cannon, because minimizing damage, and generally you can still shoot down various UFOs in 1 or 2 passes, at least the easy ones. So something to keep in mind. There's a lot more to think about when it comes to like the interception game. But anyway, it looks like I have a UFO crash, and I am going to be forced to bring along a team of rookies. Should be interesting. Let's see, settlement. 1 or more structures in remote location. This is a huge feature. in Long War now. Area of operations. It basically gives you a small preview into the type of map you'll run into. This basically means it's one of the farm maps, right? Because normally it'll be something like light vegetation. On occasion it'll tell you that it's like an urban environment, and this is true for every type of operation except for council missions. You can't see the area operation for council mission, but you can figure that out just by reading the text of the council mission. So it doesn't tell you the exact map, but it gives you enough of a clue to prepare an optimal party. So for instance, there are certain maps like long roadways. Well, you might want to bring like 2 snipers. Certain maps like urban close combat, you probably don't want to bring any snipers. So something like that to keep in mind. This is just an amazing feature, in my opinion. My strategy in the tactical game revolves around having a core of infantry, and all my other classes support the infantry in some way. So what I like to do, and the most critical stat for infantry is high aim, so what I like to do is I like to screen a whole bunch of decent aim soldiers early on. So this soldier, for instance, has great aim and great health, but no will. One way to combat, and I am a little worried about potential panic. So Alien Trophy, if you have this, conferred Steadfast perk, preventing panic when an ally is killed, wounded, or panicking. Basically can reduce chain panic, and I believe it defends against like normal panic on your soldier. So if your soldier gets shot, she'll never panic, I think. It doesn't protect you from psionic attacks at all, so you can still get psi panic. But nevertheless, it can be a really good item on your rookies in the early months. This item eventually becomes obsolete once you get officers to boost the will, the pathetic will of some of your rookies. After that, on this soldier, AP grenade is always useful. This soldier has amazing aim too, but again, your weakness is you have no will. These soldiers all have like terrible will. I'll drop you. I might actually want to keep like a decent will soldier around, so I don't have to like carry alien trophies on everyone. Oh, you're a good choice. You have good health, mediocre aim, but that's fine, and you can carry a medkit. What about this soldier? Even worse will? Jeez. What about this one? This one is good again. So I will make you carry smoke grenade. I do like to have some sort of speed team. So this soldier, for instance, can carry SMG. SMG is a new type of weapon that confers +3 mobility, but the weapon damage is -1 and no crit chance, no base crit compared to assault rifle, and it only has 2 ammo. Nevertheless, when you combine it with flashbang grenade, it can be really effective. So, last but not least, this soldier, the will is just too low to bring. I need someone with decent-ish will, 20, 30. This soldier has pretty good will. This soldier has good aim, good will, no health. But that would be fine, because I would like to have a second flanker for this mission. So your plan is to, because I want to have 2 flashbang grenades for the outsider. The best way is just to flashbang the outsider, position your troops so you can flank the outsider next turn. That's their only real danger. I have a smoke grenade to combat sectoids if I get into a bad position, and I have medkit. So this should be good. Generally, I only like to bring 1 soldier with SMG because I'm not good enough at the game to really exploit mobility.
Get ready to
Oh,
deploy.
this is actually
Our AO is within the continental United States.
the urban map as opposed to the farm map, but
It looks like the UFO went down
what
in
you
a
know is that there are
densely populated area
structures,
within
right?
the city limits.
and it's
Let's
not the
just hope everyone on
pure
the ground stayed
forest
clear.
type map. I really should have turned off reduce beginner VO, but it's okay, it's not a big deal.
This is Big Sky. We're just north of the
Alright.
crash site.
A
Strike
small
1
scout
to engage.
Loud
can
and clear,
have
Big Sky.
anywhere
We'll monitor
between
those readings from here.
1 to
Strike
3
1 is
pods.
authorized to assault the alien craft.
So that means a range of like 3 or 4 to 10 aliens. It's pretty wild what you can roll, and it's unpredictable. So, because of that, I will proceed cautiously.
Je suis parti.
There's sometimes a meld canister there if I get lucky. Well. That's okay. Meld is not a high priority early on. So, in general, if you're debating between being cautious, getting meld, the correct answer is almost always to be cautious.
On my way. That's affirmative.
Assault rifle.
Affirmative.
Heading to that location.
Sometimes there's a pod that can spawn around here, so something to keep in mind. So I hear sectoids, of course. There are always sectoids. No, that's not true. Sometimes you might just get only one pod of drones or something like that. Drones are a serious problem early on.
Yes, Commander.
They're almost always flying, which confers plus 30 defense and plus 20 aim. And the worst part is they'll fly towards you, getting additional aim bonuses, and they can just flank your cover while they have cover themselves from the flying. The only drawback of flying is you don't get 1 DR, but drones have built-in DR, so I don't know. I think the flying buff is too good.
Got it covered.
Because it has almost all the advantages of low cover with it's better, even though you don't get DR, because you can basically have low cover anywhere on the map while flanking enemies. It's just a ridiculously good ability.
On it.
I like to position the troops with the assault rifle by the door, if at all possible. But
Moving.
going on the roof may not be a bad idea when there are no
Moving
drones.
to position. Aye, aye,
But the
Commander.
sectoids may not be over there. We'll see.
I'm on it, Commander.
What's making that noise?
Well, the sectoid, there's at least one pod towards the UFO. I don't know if there's a pod over there or not. I'll just take a quick peek.
Je suis en route.
I don't think so. I think if there were a pod over here, I would have, the indicator would have told me. So, it's likely there's just a pod out there in broken ground, which is not so great because
On my way.
it's hard to get good cover. Now this map is great if there are no flyers. You can put a sniper on the roof and you can shoot almost anywhere, but I don't have a sniper, so that's kind of a problem.
Got it.
It's always a little challenging to take on an outsider with a team with
Position
rookies.
confirmed.
You're gonna need flashbangs. If you have flashbangs, you should be fine. Because what you need to do is you need to clear all the other pods,
Affirmative.
and then you trigger the outsider, flashbang him, and then position your troops to flank. And you're gonna need at least 3 soldiers in flanking position, or like so many big grenades.
I've got my eyes on.
There we go.
Enemies in sight. They're trying to flank us. Damn it.
Too bad my Overwatch wall is not super effective here. Looks like their cover is not the best. Well, I can get really good cover, which is great. Like, that's low cover over there. Let me see. It's SMG, SMG, assault rifle.
On my way.
Ugh, there's no line of sight from over there. That's okay.
Aye, aye.
Je bouge.
Ooh, flank shot. Beautiful. One down. 35% is not great, but I am in high cover. This can be a good position to go to, but it's possible for the sectoid to move. I don't think it can actually do that, but I've often been wrong about alien movement. I really should learn like how many tiles these aliens can move. It's kind of important.
Okay.
But since I don't know that, I'm just gonna go cower behind this cover. I'll move you over here.
I'm on it, Commander.
35% is not great, but I'm in high cover, he's in low cover, and I get very lucky.
A threat.
The last sectoid's almost certainly gonna run. Oh, he's running towards me. That was unexpected. I thought he would run away.
Damn it!
But it doesn't matter. It's one sectoid against 6 soldiers. He's outnumbered 6 to 1. He has no chance.
Ils essaient de se replier.
There we go. That's the behavior I expected. Still, I can't get any sort of flanking shot off on him. And if I move out, I'll be in low cover. Let me see. In order to flank him, I would need to put a soldier here and here. I certainly think it's better to move out because this sectoid will either have a choice of shooting me, which is acceptable, or it has a choice of overwatching, which is also acceptable because then I can just keep shooting at it. So either way, the sectoid is pretty screwed. My only concern is I might trigger another pod if I move out too far, but just looking here at deployment. Yeah, I think I'll just move here. Okay.
Moving to position.
Got something over here.
Ugh. I didn't even have to move out that far. Okay, this changes things significantly. What I would like to do is lure the sectoids into yet another ambush. It's not really possible to flank them unless I had explosives to blow this open, which I don't. I don't typically bring HE grenades on anything except engineers early game because I find the AP grenades to be much more consistent. Moving here is not a necessarily bad option, but the sectoids are just hide behind high cover and I'll be in trouble. I could shift my troops this way, try to lure the sectoids into the broken ground while I have favorable terrain from like these pillars, and then shoot them from two sides. That's probably the best move.
Je vais vers la position.
As long as there's not another pod, which there is a chance that that's the case. Obviously, sectoids cannot flank this position or this position, but I'm gonna move out my SMG unit as my flank team. You have a simple job. Do I take the shot here? It's not. I mean, I have a very low chance of doing anything to that sectoid. Generally not worth it. Obviously, I can't move anywhere there. I could move here potentially, but I think what I'm gonna do is hide in the fog.
Moving to position.
Solid copy.
These units have really good health, so even if I get hit once by a plasma pistol, which is unlikely, I'll be fine.
Okay.
Unless they crit, but that would be really, really, really bad luck.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Actually position you here. I think what I'm gonna do is take the shot with this, even though it was really low. Overwatch these two soldiers. Sectoids could do various psionic attacks. I am somewhat more concerned about that. But I did bring alien trophy on some of my soldiers. Excellent! This is one of the best possible results. Oh, wait, no, it's not one of the best possible results. Damn. Ugh. I don't quite want to use a flashbang on this sectoid. I may have no choice but to kill it using AP grenades. I could also simply hide and try to lure it into an Overwatch ambush. It's not actually a bad plan. Can't really move out though because of that, but
I'm on the move.
Moving to position.
Let's do this.
Okay. I'm here, Commander. I'm on it. Overwatch. Aye, aye.
I really want to get that sectoid out of that position. That position is really good for the sectoid. But if the sectoid moves somewhere else, that could be highly favorable. Oh well, so much for the SMG flank team.
Out of rounds.
That sector is just running, that's fine. Excellent! My Overwatch ambush wiped out one sectoid in that group on the right. I do know one of them is mind merging. I know actually exactly where they are. This sectoid's almost certainly on Overwatch, so moving out would be pretty suicidal.
Yes, Commander. Rack tap bang.
Will do. Come get some.
Sectoid ran out. It's very unfortunate.
Rolling. Reloaded. I'm on the move. Oh yeah.
Eyes on the prize.
Je me remue. Pareil.
Just gonna reload and wait patiently. When I have favorable ground, it's gonna take a lot to induce me to leave it. That looks like the leader. That's very unfortunate. It can hide behind low cover and do really well. Plus, that position is unflankable, and I can't throw grenades at it. I may have little choice but to just shoot it out with that sectoid. I can bring a 3-to-1 numeric superiority on it. Even though individually each chance is abysmal, combined, I actually have a chance of hitting that sectoid. Or I could just hunker every unit, and but then I'll probably get attacked by psionics. This person's will is pathetic. Even if you have alien trophy, it's not going to protect against psi panic. I'm also very concerned about that last sectoid. Could be on Overwatch ambush,
Heading there now.
which can do a maximum of 6 damage. I think I have little choice but to just shoot it out. I prefer if you had a bit more health, but can't really be helped.
Negative damage.
At least I have 3-to-1 superiority,
Not
but
getting
even
next
then,
time.
it's gonna be difficult.
Target's still up.
There is a chance the sectoid won't attack from that position and will move up. Then I'll just grenade him. Unfortunately, if he moves up, I have the potential to flank. If he doesn't, it's going to be challenging to say the least.
I feel
I'll keep these soldiers on Overwatch. If there weren't that sector on the left, I will almost certainly hide, because then I can set up a proper flanking attack, but... yeah, because this is starting to look decent. If I can move here, I can flank him. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to counter... if I can get a flashbang here, I could. But I really want to save 2 flashbangs for the outsider. I might get hit with an Overwatch, but I'm just going to move out a little and take a look. Again, I feel like I've... oh, now I can't even get that superiority I was talking about. That's definitely more of a problem.
Heading to that location. Back online.
Scan en cours.
Roger that. Scanning.
Okay.
Now I am going to hide.
Ready to go.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
See what the sectoid does.
Je règle mon viseur.
Good, he's moved within grenade range.
Negative damage.
Excellent. Ugh, can't flank him because he's on Overwatch. If only I had some more flashbang grenades on my troops. It will almost certainly take 2 AP grenades to finish him off. That means I actually get 2 free shots to try to do something. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is throw the AP grenade first.
Grenade out.
Like this. Take a shot, and if it doesn't work, I'll throw the last AP grenade. That makes the most sense. And look at that! I got an extra corpse and fragment from doing this. Not too shabby. I know there is exactly 1 sectoid left. He's gonna panic, but chasing him down with 1 soldier is not really gonna accomplish anything. Where is that remaining sectoid? He must have retreated to the UFO area. That's a problem, since he's almost certainly on Overwatch. I'm gonna have to advance soldiers with health, so I can absorb one of those Overwatch shots.
Heading to that location. Rock and roll. Got it covered.
Or maybe the sectoid's over here. I don't quite know, but I'm gonna have to move out.
I'm rolling.
Aha.
That's affirmative.
That's the one to the right.
They're
Miss.
starting to lose ground. Oh, damn it.
I need to know where this sectoid on the right is, but I'll move
Position
here.
confirmed.
It's somewhat risky, but okay. Well, we know the sectoid's not in this general area.
covered.
Better play this one safe-ish.
Affirmatif.
Ah,
Alien à terre. J'ai plus de munitions.
beautiful. If that had failed, I would have overwatched this soldier, and it's unlikely the sectoid would move.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Roger. Got my eyes on. Solid copy. Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Oh, there you are.
They're starting to lose ground.
The sectoid is also panicking hard. Alright.
Good to go.
Fortunately, its position is still really good. And I can't dash over there because that soldier has terrible move. And there may be one more pod out there. What I really want to happen is for the sectoid to move like in this direction, but it's unrealistic. I think I'm just gonna have to shoot it out. I hate doing this.
Shot failed to connect.
So inefficient and inelegant, but I can't think of a better solution.
Missed.
Moving to position. Oh yeah.
Je vais vers la position. J'ai rechargé.
Headed there now. Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Yeah, I think there's another pod. Alright, he's panicking and running away. That's kinda okay. As long as there... I think there's another pod though. It's like, that's fine as long as there's no other pod,
Heading out.
but that's probably not the case here.
Already there.
On the move. Scanning.
Je suis en route. J'ouvre l'œil, commandant.
On the move. Roger that. I
Just gonna play very defensively. I really think there's another pod. I hear something. Like, another pod patrolling around, so... There's one thing I learned from playing the pit a lot. It's to be super paranoid about everything.
Moving to position.
Ideally, I want to approach the UFO from like this sort of direction, so I can concentrate all my units, but may not be possible.
Moving out.
Solid copy, Commander.
Roger. Eyes peeled, Commander.
J'y vais tout de suite. Ok, je surveille la zone.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
I'm not sure I need you over here.
Yes,
Pull
sir.
you back.
What was that sound?
Yeah, I think there's another pod out there. It's a really bad idea to approach the outsider until I've cleared out all the pods when I only have rookies, because the only defense I have against the outsider
Let's rock.
are the flashbangs, and that's it. I'm gonna have to kill the outsider
Scan en cours.
On Overwatch.
by close range attack. So I need to wipe out all the other pods or reduce them to like. If there's like one sectoid left on the map, then it's not such a big deal. But this is too many. This
I'm on it,
shouldn't trigger
Commander.
the outsider. Alternatively, I can always trigger the outsider and lure him out the UFO, but
Okay.
it's easier said than done.
Have my eyes on.
I'm ready.
They appear to be patrolling somewhere near the UFO.
They're starting to lose ground.
Just keeps running. Okay.
Je me remue.
A sectoid circled all the way
I'm on the
around.
move. On the move.
Okay.
I'm too scared to move this soldier out. I don't think he'll trigger the outsider, but you never know. Outsider doesn't necessarily have to spawn in the UFO. It could be spawned like slightly outside. Come on, little sectoid. Just approach so I can finish you off once and for all.
There's something out there.
Although that could be the outsider, actually. Aha! I was right. There was another pod. Okay. Obviously, we're gonna need to wipe out that pod before taking the outsider. Way too risky. Can't beat the outsider plus 3 sectoids. So I haven't aggroed it yet. Next turn, it should move out into view. So I'm just gonna put all my soldiers on Overwatch again. This is flankable position, but they don't have sight on me. Ah, you never know.
Je me remue.
Target acquired.
There we go. Once I wipe out this pod, good shot.
About to start keeping score. Need a resupply.
Then I can finally deal with the outsider. Okay. That's not so good. What's the will on this soldier? 31, that's okay-ish. No, that's a bad move. That's a much better move.
Confirmed. Closing on target position
That
now.
position's just no good.
I'm on it.
Push you.
Okay.
Pull you back.
On Overwatch. I'm on the move.
I don't think the sectoids can shoot at this soldier, but I probably should have put this soldier behind the high cover, now that I think about it. It may be... I mean, if they can shoot at this soldier, they're probably going to be able to shoot here, so... But I could move you out and
Roger
try to
that.
flank that sectoid. Put you
Je me remue.
Overwatch here.
Ok, je surveille la zone.
That's affirmative.
Can't kill him if you don't hit him.
Alright. Good. The critical factor here is to lure the sectoids out of the UFO. As long as they don't team up with the outsider, I'll be fine. This is problematic. That last sectoid could very well be on Overwatch. I know one sectoid mover there. This position can potentially be flanked. But if the sectoid wants to flank this position, he'll have to eat an Overwatch and be flanked himself with this soldier,
J'ouvre l'œil, commandant.
so I should be fine.
Moving out. We're green to go. Adjusting aim.
Better hunker.
I'm on it, Commander.
Roger. Got my eyes on.
Alright. This tells me a lot. Now I know where the remaining sectoid is.
Backing up. Advance.
They can't be on Overwatch, and I got really lucky there. Alright, there are 2 sectoids and 1 outsider left. Still not trivial to face, especially since I have no ammunition. But I know one of the sectoids can't possibly, like, neither of them.
Let's do this.
One of them can't be on Overwatch, and the other one is unlikely to be on Overwatch. So that tells me a
Allez,
lot.
j'y vais.
Roger that. Good to go.
Let's do this. Affirmative.
It's very unlikely to be on Overwatch. Okay, sectoids appear to have taken up some sort of defensive position inside the UFO. This means I'm going to need to sneak my SMG infantry up close, so I have 2 flashbangs I can use on the outsiders.
Moving out.
Be very careful here and not trigger the outsider prematurely.
Got it covered.
Come get some. J'ouvre l'œil, commandant. Chut! J'ai entendu du bruit.
Ideally, I would still like to lure the sectoids out. I'm not sure if that's possible, though.
I'm on it, Commander.
Bien sûr, le surveille de point.
I'm on it.
Got it covered.
Or at least reduce it to 1 sectoid plus 1 outsider. 2 sectoids plus 1 outsider is still kind of
Do you
dicey.
hear something? Shot failed to
If I
connect.
can kill this one, then I feel safe enough to advance on the UFO.
They're trying to pull back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can have vision from over here. I think I might have vision from over here, but that tree might block. Or the pillar might block. It's just gonna take let me see if I can move another soldier into position. Can I see him from over here?
Moving.
No.
Got it covered. Copy that. Come get some.
If I overwatch, is the sectoid likely to run? It's actually likely to overwatch back, which is a problem since I need to sneak this soldier around. So I'm just gonna shoot it. Ugh.
Missed.
Ok, je surveille la zone.
Yeah, I expected that.
Rock and roll.
Already there.
If I didn't have just a team of rookies, if I had like a rocket, or a sniper, or a gunner,
D'où vient ce bruit?
then I don't have to do this, but it's really, really risky to take on an outsider
Field, Commander.
when there are additional aliens running amok.
Quiet. Did you hear something?
Especially keeping in mind that outsiders regen, so if you can't kill it quickly, like you either have to kill it in 1 turn, or you're in serious trouble. 2 turns at most. Any more than that,
They're starting to lose
it's
ground.
a huge problem. Okay. Looks like I finally have an opportunity to finish off this sectoid. It's in perfect position to get horribly outflanked.
Bien, commandant.
That statue might actually block line of sight. Ugh. Well, I should be able to see him from over here.
Nailed him.
Beautiful. Alright. I have one outsider and one sectoid left. That's acceptable.
Target confirmed. On our way.
As long as I have the flashbangs in range and I group all my soldiers up, I'll be
Bien
fine.
sûr. Je surveille le coin.
Okay. Moving to Overwatch. Heading to that location. Come get some.
That's affirmative.
Come get some.
Alright. I have massive superiority, so I'll just shoot it.
Oh, damn it!
Roger that.
Overwatching won't
missed
do
the
any good,
target.
it'll just withdraw into the fog.
J'ajuste ma
This
visée.
is fortunate.
Heading to that location.
Ugh.
On Overwatch.
I can't advance any further for fear of triggering the outsider.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Alright, well, continue the process of grouping up my
That's
soldiers.
affirmative.
Rolling.
Affirmatif.
That's affirmative.
I'm ready.
Bien sûr. Je
On
surveille le coin.
Overwatch.
You need more
I'm
ammo.
rolling. Ready to engage.
Let's do this.
Moving to Overwatch. I'll get him next time.
One panicking sectoid is not gonna bother me.
Rolling. Good to go.
Heading to that location. Je suis en route.
Yes, Commander. On Overwatch.
Got it covered.
Got it covered.
Je m'en suis occupé.
Excellent. So, a fairly challenging mission, honestly, even though they're all sectoids, but
J'abouge.
all I have are rookies. I was never super concerned about the sectoids, only a sectoid plus outsider combo would be a disaster.
Heading
So
there.
now, it's really easy. I have two flashbangs, giving me 2
That's
turns to
affirmative.
position all my troops perfectly against the outsider.
Good to
Just
go.
reload.
Rock and roll.
On
Prête
Overwatch.
pour la baston.
I feel, Commander.
Affirmatif. Ennemi repéré.
Perfect. That's really bad position for you, outsider.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Let's see.
I'm on the move.
What I really want, of course, are flanking shots on it. Really, really close range flanking shots are the best.
Target confirmed. On our way.
Ça roule.
Let's see. Where else can I move?
That's
It's
affirmative.
fine.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Solid copy, Commander.
I know there can't be any more pause or any more aliens. And by putting this soldier on Overwatch, I think the outsider is likely to stay put. Perfect. Now I have a gazillion soldiers I can move in for point blank shots. And if I also have AP grenades. So this is over.
Roger that.
SMG soldier for the win. Oh, only 2 damage. Doesn't really matter.
Aye, aye, Commander. X-ray down.
Perfect. Very successful mission. I may not have recovered any meld, but I did get a
Impressive work,
whole mess of
Commander.
other stuff. Oh, look
Our
at
soldiers
that.
have to be feeling
3
good after a
tacticals.
mission like that.
You're going to be infantry since your aim and health are excellent. You're also going to be infantry. Your health is kind of bad, but your aim is pretty good. What about you? You're kind of mediocre-ish, but without move, it's impossible to make you into anything other than infantry. You can't be assault. And if I re-roll you, that's actually, like... You could be basically any other soldier class and I'd be okay with it, but more infantry is always good. If I re-roll you, it's also acceptable, but... What about you? Oh, well, it's obvious. Amazing sniper. So, you might actually be a gunner. What about this soldier? Movement is a little slow. You actually want like semi-okay-ish move on a medic, but health and aim are good. You can't be an engineer, so I think medic is good. I think I'm just gonna make these all infantry. Well, certainly this one. Move is kind of low, but it's fine. You can live with that. I think this one too. That's how you get a nice core of infantry going. Recovered an intact flight computer, not too bad. You get 5 meld per alien killed without explosives. I actually killed 10 aliens, but one of them I killed with an explosive, so... At least I'm... Oh wait, no! I didn't kill all of them with an explosive, did I? Because I got 10 weapons fragment. That's odd. Shouldn't this be 2 meld? Outsider apparently must not count. Alright. Well... Too bad only 6 alloys. That's pretty bad. But intact flight computer. So, very successful mission. Critically, I got 3 infantry now, so... probably make you into a gunner. You're not good enough to be a rocketeer. And... like, I can't re-roll you to an infantry or a sniper. That'd be a disaster. So... Gunners have their uses too. Alright. So thank you for watching the second video.